friends, it's Allison. Welcome back to AJ's Inspired Life. You guys, this month of March has gone quick. So it's time to make an April journal. Now, I know I'm behind in a video or two with you guys because I have not yet made my last prompt page for this month. So please forgive me. This last week of March, Melissa and I traded prompts in envelopes, like mailed them to each other, and I have yet to receive the envelope. So we think it got lost maybe in the mail, maybe someone else is joining along in the journal prompts. I don't know, but I haven't made my page yet. So here is my March journal. Today is the 20th. No, it's not. Today is the 30th. And so this is where we're at. Yesterday was Wednesday the 29th. So my collage should go right here. And obviously it's not going to be done right now. So we'll just move along. Now, I'm in a little bit of a predicament because we have had a change in schedule. And so I'm not going to be here this weekend. We're leaving tomorrow, I believe. And so, yes, I will have to catch you up on that trip. I don't know, but here we go. For April, you guys, I'm going to make a journal. I make a journal actually every month. I haven't used a pre-bought journal in many, many months. And I would like to do that again because I have many I need to work through. However, I'm really enjoying making them. But for April specifically, I want to make a trash journal in tribute? That's not quite the word, but because it's like Earth Month, it's Earth Day. I just want to use up my trash. And so I'm going to make a true trash journal for April. So I've been collecting trash. Oh, joy. I know. We need to figure out what we're going to use. I literally have, been saving more so than usual, things that I think we could use to make a journal. So I'm not too sure I'm going to get through it in one sitting tonight, but, we'll see. You guys, I probably go through a Kleenex box a week. And so I was obviously thinking I was going to do this. And then I was looking at some of the sides and I was like, oh, these are kind of fun. We could do punches. We could do whatever. I mean, all of this kind of has a fun. Anyway, so I have Kleenex boxes. Y'all know what this is. It's a cookie box. Favorite. Well, tied with Thin Mints. Always, always, always. Okay. We have all sorts of other things. So what I need to do is figure out a cover. That's what I'm looking for right now. So as I go through this, we are not going to use, this or this as a cover. I'm thinking very quickly. Tea box. I'm trying to see what else is in here. If I had ironically, I brought home a cracker box today from work that we could just use. But it's not down here. I know that sounds silly. Why would you not bring it down? Well, I just forgot. All right, there's a piece of paper. I have lots of other trash that I'm actually excited to show you. I know, only here, right? Only here in the journal world would that maybe be a thing. I'm not too sure. I do have other boxes. I know you've seen them, of course. So we have envelopes. The envelope is kind of my default. That's super easy, right? I would love to do that. My problem with this size envelope is that's as big as it's going to be. And if I'm going to create a wider binding here, which we're going to need, otherwise it'll just be completely alligatored, then it's going to be a little bit smaller. So this is actually too small, I guess is what I'm saying. This size envelope is smaller than I want because it's actually going to give us a true, well, it's 6 1/4, so we have a little bit of room. I mean, yeah. All right, what is this one? Look how dinged up this one is. Yeah, I guess it's the same. Are these the exact same? This one just seemed, oh no, they're not. Okay, so we get a little bit quarter of an inch maybe here, and then a solid inch probably here at the top, right? Yeah. Excuse me. So, and because we're going to cover it and everything anyway, this does not matter, right? So that's an option. I also have, let's see. This is a fun bag. We could use this as our journal. It's not quite what I want. I mean, isn't that funny? Like, I know what I want, right? No, that's not the funny part. This is a box that we already covered in a previous journal. We could just use this one. Although I have it in the box down here with another journal that we already started. So I think we'll save it for that. Let's see here. I have a whole bag of stuff. When I say bag of stuff, I mean bag of stuff. This is a sheet bag, comforter bag. Those are great things to save. Okay, I'm going to start moving things off my desk that I'm not going to use, so I have a little bit of space. I just wanted to show you all the things we are going to use inside for sure. And, you know, everything will get used eventually, right? These envelopes are tempting. I'll put them right there as a maybe. The box is a maybe. Whoops. This box is a maybe. It would be, you know, that size. Maybe that's just what we need to use. I was envisioning the Uncrustables is too small. Should we make a small jar? I don't want to make a small jar. All right. So we're not using this. None of this is going to get used for the cover. So we'll take it away. This is another envelope. This one's fun because it has the bubble in it. Now, if we use this, okay, that's big enough. That's 7. So we have, if we wanted it 6, we have room here for a, okay, that's a maybe. Putting it on the top of the pile. This is just extra. This is inside. This is guts pile. All right. This box is not going to get used, nor is the butter or the envelopes. This stuff is not cover worthy. Okay, let's see what we have here. This is just, you know, junk mail, but no, you know, just mailers. This is kind of fun though. I'm going to use this on the inside because it's already, you know, like a flippy-do. Okay. And gosh knows we need that. Okay, in my junk pile, I have, you know, a scarf. I do have this bag, which is completely usable for a junk journal. Even if we don't, I mean, that's a maybe. That's kind of fun. I need to separate these. Here is a, oh, this might be it. This might be it. This might be the envelope. I have an old blouse that makes me very sad. It's a loft, but I got a stain on it and I cannot get it out. So I'm going to rip out this. I'm going to rip it up. Okay. So material. What else? What else? We have regular paper bags. Here's another. Ooh, this one's even bigger. Look at this envelope. My goodness. Look how ginormous that is. So we could cut this down. That's the, I think I was thinking it would have this nice material again, this crinkly. That was fun in January. I have lots of papers and all sorts of other goodies. So let's make a choice from those things. You guys, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 6 journals started. 7 journals started. None of them for this month. Okay, here's a fun box. This would be very April-y. Oh my gosh. Should that be the journal, you guys? That's way outside of my norm. We could do a bag size. Maybe we need to go a little bit smaller. Maybe we need to challenge else. Oh, see, that one just has my heart. Let's see what else really quickly is in my magic bag of everything. Oh, well. Oh my gosh, I have cardboard boxes that came in Happy Mail. We mailed each other trash. Look at this. You guys remember when I got... Oh, and here's the old calendar. Though we just used this for March, so we will not be using that. Okay, that's fun too. I'm tempted. Okay, so I think we need to make a choice from one of the things out. I don't think I need to keep digging because we have lots of options, but we don't. We also have like things like this that we bought, right? I bought at the thrift store that are, this was obviously an old address book. I used it for the pages. I bought it for the pages and then we would reuse this. I don't know. I don't know if I can do that right now. I got to be honest. Okay. Somehow it just doesn't feel like it's winning my heart this month. All right. I do also have, I know, I say I'm not going to dig in my bag anymore and then I keep going through it, huh? All right, there goes the bag. We also have just like a priority mail envelope. Okay, so let's get rid of the material because we know that's not the cover necessarily. And let's choose, shall we? This, like, oh my gosh. I wonder if, you guys, isn't this fun? Look at what a giant book this would be. Look at that. Can you imagine? What if we made like a giant art book? It's as big as my whole working area of my desk. Isn't that sad? That's all the area I have to work. Oh gosh, I love it. I love, okay. It's too big and I have other things I can use. So I'm gonna like save it. No, it won't go back in the bag, of course. So happy we found each other. Aw. This is an easy use. It's too big, so we would have to cut it down. Okay, so that's an option. I'm not even going to make the cover right now. I just need to know what size journal we're making. That's all I'm trying to do here, folks. Okay, this box, I buried my ruler. Here it is. This box would give us 6 1/4 across. It has a beautiful fat binding already on it. Seam, whatever this part is called. Oh, 2.5 inches. That is a chunky hunk of love. Now I left this on it, like we could do some sort of, but as it gets fat, this will not, work. So I would probably cut off this flap. So then we're just dealing with a box. That's kind of fun. So this would be, 6 1/4 by 8 1/4. Okay. This is a little bit more narrow. Five 1/4 by 8 1/2. That's kind of fun. I feel like out of the two boxes, I'd rather use this than this because I got it in Happy Meal and I haven't used it yet. So that will go in the maybes. This is a definite maybe though. This I just think is fun because it has like the handle on it. You can tell it was just junk. Like the box we would cover up, obviously. That's 6.5. Yeah, 6.5. So we have some room to add a little bit. It's very tall though. It's almost 10. Very close to 10 tall. I feel like that might be a little big. This one's fun and small. So we're at 5 there, and that's without any binding built into it. So if we were to do a binding on this one, we'd be closer to 4. I think we're closer to 4. Well, that's 4.5. And I'd get like a this is a bag from my doctor's office. How funny. Okay, so we could get about 1.5 inches on the seam binding and 4.5 across and 8. That's an interesting size. That's interesting. Okay, I'm paring down. I'm getting rid of this bag. Okay, now we're down to kind of some of this. So this one literally gives me a headache and I can't. The bag alone is so bright. But there's a lot of good workable space in here, obviously. But if we were going to use, can you tell we can't fold a bag around these places? All right, if we were going to use the bag like as the actual cover, I don't know why it's not folding. I'd have to look inside maybe. Something's not happy. Oh, well, it still has stuff inside, so. Aw, my to-do list. Into recycle you go. And then look at this, a beautiful piece of like unused cardboard ready to go in a journal. Thank you so much. Okay, it's still not folding flat. My goodness. Could you give me any more problems? All right, so I might even iron this if I use it. That's how bad this is bothering me. I'm not gonna lie. All right. If we used this, it would look, stop it. It would look something like this. Oof, that's a lot. Okay, I can't. I just can't. I'm just sorry. It's going to have to be cut up or something. Okay, and here is this little beautiful one, which is kind of like on my heart right now. I'm wondering if this is the one. When I look at this, I feel like May. These are like flowers I associate with May, like Mother's Day type thing. Let's see if we can glue or tape this. It had obviously these die cut flowers, that set of flowers in it. And I got a little aggressive with the box and whatever, ripped it, obviously. So this would be, that's interesting. Is it cheating? Because it's already, I don't know. This, ooh, I love it so much. Okay, we're going to have to wait till July, maybe. I don't know. We're going to let that one go as well. Gosh, you guys, I really thought that's the way this was going to go. I got to be honest. So again, if I use this, it's going to get covered. We have a little bag, which is kind of a fun size. And we have an envelope, which we can use anytime. So we're now down to 3. I'm tempted. I'm not going to lie. Tempted by this quite a bit. These are fun. Bags are fun. Bags are fun. You get a little flip. You could do, something like this on the inside. Get a little something to play with here. You obviously have the handles, and this is actually a pocket, so you can tuck things in here or whatnot. So, I mean, they automatically lend themselves, or you can just glue this down, right? So this would be the journal here. Now, this creates, I don't know, is this harder to handle? You put on your shelf and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I'm a little tempted. I feel like I want to save this for like one of my other journals. Oh, I'm torn. Okay, we're going to save this because I think I just want to save it for my other journal that we're making. Okay. So now we're down to these two. Now these two are very different. So this one is 6 1/4 by 7. Is that right? 7 1/4? 6 1/4 by 7 1/4. And this one is, gosh, 4 1/2 by 8. What do you think? What do you think? Let's play for just a minute. Like this would be, it's really kind of narrow pages. Is that a traveler's notebook size? Like the expanded ones or whatever? I know there's multiple. I know. Okay. I'm a little tempted. I'm a little tempted to play with this. And I also feel like this could be May. This doesn't speak April to me. I love it a lot. Let's do it. We're going to do it. Okay, we now have a journal cover. What did that take? 22 minutes. Welcome, welcome. If you're new here, holy cow. This is How to Make Decisions 101. Okay, we now have a journal. So, I need to cut some papers or find some innards. I think 9. We're going to cut them 9. Yeah, by 7 7/8 or whatever that is. Okay, so let's go back and start the process again. Let's pick out some things we want to use as paper. There's 1, 2, going through the trash. Definitely 3. This one's fun. Look, it's like just, yeah, totally using that bag because gosh knows that will never go away. I actually have to go through my bags because this is just a map or a, I don't know, that might be kind of fun. That might be kind of fun. How many days does April have in it? 30 days has September, April, June, April, 30 days. Okay, so let's see what we can do for this. Let's see what pages we can get out of this. Otherwise, we're going to obviously use it for punches and die cuts, but I mean, this easily could have been the journal. We could cut this box apart and make it a journal. I'm sad because this is ripped right here and I'm looking at the other one and it's not ripped. So I don't think I'll use this piece necessarily in the journal, but that is a fun piece to use. All right, so there is kind of what we have to work with. And unless I want it for a page, I'm not going to cut it up right now, but I will cut all this up. Like this is all, like this would make a fun tag, right? This part is fun for either tags or cards or punches. This whole window is fun. Like this will all get used, but unless I'm going to use it for a page, which I don't think I am because I like the other one more, You guys, I'm going to have to go through this whole thing. Okay, here is the other box, and it's not ripped. So let's see if we can get a page out of here, like an inside. Okay, I think what'd we do? What are we doing? I'm not going to mess with it. I'm not going to bend it where it's not already bent. I'm just not in the mood. So we could take this piece. I want yes, I just measured both sides. Yes, they should be equal. No, I didn't have to measure both. All right, I'm going to take the plastic off. And we'll cut this part to start. Now I know it's too tall, but like I'll figure that out later. Okay, keep, toss, keep. Okay, because those are punchable or fun, like whatever, right? This, however, can be a page. Yeah. Yep. Now we have to decide this is going to go back in the bag. This is, again, all usable. Tag, punch, whatever. Okay, so we'll just put it down here to use. Okay, let's look at this box. Again, you've seen me cut up these boxes before and use them for punches. Here is a butter box. Let's see if we can get a page out of a butter box. I don't really know. I've never used this before. Now this I would use as a box, right? When I talk about using recycling stuff as a container, I've never used it in my journal, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Why wouldn't it work? Why wouldn't it work? That'd be a really tiny, cute journal. You could make a little like list for your purse or something out of this. I don't think I need it for a page. I don't think I need it for a page. We will use, here's an envelope with a fun window. I obviously collect a bunch of these and I have notes on it. I don't think we need this one. I have plenty. I'm going to put that in recycle. All right. Here's a Starbucks bag. Oh, that was the outside of a little journal. That's funny. We might use that as an outside of a little journal of something else. Okay, here's another envelope. That's a fun page. Oh, Martha, what are you up to? 28 free meals of Martha Stewart. Do we need Martha Stewart meals? Oh, you get a card and everything. I don't think we do. I think we're going to use you as a fold-out page. Here's a piece of just trash mail. You could call them. They hand wrote this just for me, so you could call them if you wanted something, whatever they're selling. Here is a beautiful tea box. Look at the designs on this, you guys. I'm going to save this for like tags and stuff because, I mean, look at that. Even the art on the inside is beautiful. Isn't that fun? So we'll save that one. Jeez Louise. All right. Can I pick it up without dumping everything? Maybe not. Maybe not. Let's see what else is inside. I have my, and if we're not going to use it, you guys, like it's going to go in, you know, the recycle. Here's a fun bag. We'll totally use that. Here's another box. I don't think I need all the cardboard in my journal, so I would use this more for external. So I think I'm going to let this one go. I'm probably going to let the butter box go too. I'll probably just put them both in recycle right now. This is actually a really sturdy box. That's too bad actually. And I have plenty of other cardboard for tags and stuff, so I don't actually need this one. I'm going to let this one go as well. We'll put them into recycle right now. What else do we have? We have another protein bar box. I don't need that one either. I've just been collecting them. Again, if you guys need tags, that's what I would make tags out of. I would do a collage on one side and use the back, the back side's white. So, all right, here's the LaCroix box. I do have a hard time cutting these up, or just throwing them out, because I feel like there's a lot of real estate to get cool punches and stuff out of here. So I do tend to want to play with these a little bit, but it's not a tonight thing like for this project. So I'm just going to set it down here with my tissue boxes that we did not, excuse me as I bend down here, my tissue boxes. I'm going to fold these up and put them inside the LaCroix box. And we'll just use that as the container for that. Okay, I'm getting the great big bag of everything back out. Because basically all of this stuff that I put in it, one, doesn't fit. It's not stacked in there. Here's fun packaging paper. We'll use that. I need to go through this and pack better, so I have all the things that could be covers together with covers. So maybe I'll reorganize this when I turn off the camera, because that way we don't have to get other stuff out when we, are looking. Okay, let's see what else we want to put inside of this puppy. Hi, love. I have a big pack of stuff here. Let's go through this one. I don't think we're going to need, well, we might. We'll use that on the seam if we need it. Here's a fun piece of magazine paper. We could use that for sure. Here's a McDonald's bag. Here is a plastic envelope. We'll use that. Let's see what else. Oh my goodness, we've been saving and saving. Here's a fun plastic bag. Hi, love. Chick-fil-A bag. I'm stacking my covers over here to my left. This is super fun. I don't know. It's the clear, I don't know. It was in a gift box, right? This would be fun to make tags and stuff out of. We're not going to get a page out of it, but this is fun to make some tags or something. So we'll put that over here. And let's see. So much goodness. So much goodness. Look at this fun Project Life card. That's adorable. Why are you in here? Oh, I know why you're in here. Okay, I have a big thing of brown packaging paper. It's ironed, and I don't think we need it. I already had some. Yeah, I do. I have some down there, so I'm going to leave that in here. And let's see. I have a really fun card that I absolutely love, but I decided to cut it up. I used the inside maybe. So this is still usable, and then look at this envelope. But I don't think that's April. This is obviously July. This could be like May, maybe. Whatever it is, it's not April. In my mind, in my journal, you get your own whole journal of stuff that you get to decide. And when I look at other people's stuff, I'm like, oh my gosh, that turned out amazing. I would never have put that there, This is a plastic sheet cover. It goes with a journal cover like this. So we could make a journal just out of that even, but that's why it's in here. It was going to be used as a cover. Let's see here. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Right? Like a project cover like that. So I'm going to just put that with journal covers because we're not going to necessarily need it here. All right, let's see what else. Oh yeah, lots of stuff for covers. We got some journals to make, folks. That's what we have. Lots of stuff for covers. Okay, we have, ooh, what's that? That's a fun envelope. And I'm just trying to see what else I have. I do have, okay, that will pull for sure because that's been waiting to be used. Here's just a plastic bag. I don't know if I want that as a page. Here's some really fun placemats, paper placemats. I think those are like May. Okay. We have more brown paper. I feel like this is a Lowe's bag, obviously. I'm going to let this go. We have plenty of bags and plenty of brown paper, so I'm just putting that in recycle. What's this? This is like some sort of, oh, an envelope? Perfect. Perfect. This is a fun piece of, oh, maybe. It's just like thick poster board that I painted, I guess. Ah, here's some under paper. Here's one of the old, we'll see if we can use that. Oh my gosh, this is cool. You guys, look at this envelope. Is that not awesome? Is that not cool? Excuse me. I tried to block the microphone on that cough. I did not mean to cough in your ear. I might want to save that envelope. I'm going through and throwing out bits of brown paper because we don't need it, like other brown bags. And I want to save that one for, like, I don't know, Halloween or something. Seems like a Halloween envelope. I don't know why I have, well, I do know why, because I have another Chick-fil-A placemat, but I think we already have a Chick-fil-A. And then I have some other paper that I started a different journal with, and it's already folded and ready to go. But we don't need it for spring in here. Okay. So there's that. So we can now, well, I won't do this while I'm filming with you guys. We'll put the rest of this stuff back in the bag. Okay. So let's see what we have and what we still need, how much we still need, okay? Because I think we're pretty close, honestly. This pack has stuff in it. What did we even decide to use? Where's our bag? What's going on? Oh, here it is. Oh, it's very small. Okay, we're going to do it. We're going to just do it. Let me just measure one more time. Yeah, that's almost 10, but we're not going to get 10 because we're going to need at least this amount of binding. So we're definitely at 4.5. So we're going to go 9 and a little bit short of 8. Okay. Okay. Let's start cutting stuff. Does this work? Well, the other thing we could do is, obviously this is short enough, right? It would be a short page. Oh, and that actually almost fits. So we can put stuff like this in and trim it later or have stuff stick out. So things like that are going to be fine. Now, this is going to be a journal with different size things in it. So if that's not your jam, I completely understand. This will be used for the binding. I thought this was kind of cool, but I think maybe we'll just use it as a fold in like that maybe. We'll see. We'll be the judge of that. Okay, let's cut one piece of something, shall we? That map's going to go in my junk journal file. This piece is going to go like that. So that's another small piece. So is that going to be a day? I mean, are these days? I don't know. We might have extra stuff in this journal because we are now on a small thing. Let's see. Do I want... I don't think so. So this is an interesting ad, and I love it because it like folds out, right? So we're not going to be able to get a fold like as it is. We would have to refold it. Like we could use that as the fold. This would be a fold. I don't know. We'd have to play a little bit with it, okay? Which is okay. That could be fun. We'll see. So it would go in the book like this, and then we could still have some sort of fold out, right? Or we could, you know, fold it closer to the middle. But, okay, we can see if we can make that work. This, oh my gosh, this bag. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. But we're going to love it because it's going to get reused. Okay. Let's cut. Do we think the paper cutter is even going to work on this? That's the first thing. What do you think? Do we know? Anybody ever cut one of these? It should, like in theory, right? Okay, look at that. Okay, trash. Okay, 4.5. No, I didn't measure that. It's okay. How much? I mean, do I have any wiggle room on this? I really don't. It's 8.25. All right. Trying to get away with a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? And we'll cut 8 there. Wow. Yeah, surprisingly it cuts pretty well. That's, I guess, good to know. I feel like we have to use this one. Is that not fabulous? Now, the back side is gray, so if we tear it apart, we have gray on one side, which I know is not very like April-y. I know leopard's not very April-y or the black, but I felt like I really wanted to try and use some trash. So my point is we could glue it together and then it would be I don't feel like I need that much leopard going on in my life. So, because that would be 4 pages of leopard, right? So, we will cut it. We will cut it. And then we have a piece to use here. All right, and that can go back in the envelope. So how big is this piece? Do we know? Do we know? Way too big. All right, we're not too far off this way. Let's cut that piece. And yes, we could reuse this, but I have plenty. So we're gonna toss that over there. We'll toss this one over there. All right, this one's gonna be hard because we don't have the length to hold it since we chose the smaller journal. Or do we? Let's cut as much as we can. We do. We will. Huh. Who knew? Yeah, like recycle. Could you use it? Yes. I'm just going to cut some off of each end, right? I actually have plenty of room. Okay. So that will work. This one, yeah. I'm going to put these over here for just a second. We have a giant placemat. So let's fold it in half. Well, I guess we don't have to fold it in half. How much, like what, if I fold it in half and I cut, I'm going to lose part of the chicken, which is actually okay. We don't have to know it was a chicken, right? Because we're not even close. Or I could refold it. And get more of the chicken and just wrap it around. What do you think? I feel like I'm not in the mood, so we're going to cut it. I mean, talk about marketing. If you guys just look at that, you know what it is. All right, there's that. And then these just will not go in. It won't go in my brain. Why? Don't know. Don't know. We'll write it right here. All right. And then we'll cut it. I will cut this end. Like this. Okay, trash. So that's a page. The little McDonald's bag. What do we have if we do this? It's wide. I'm going to leave it. We might punch the edge. We might cut it some other way, but I'm going to leave it just like that, okay? The plastic is bothering me. I'm not too sure I want another plastic page. I'm going to put it in the maybe pile. This page is beautiful. This is a tough journal, you guys. Every single page, like, I'm going to want to cover, right? I don't want any of this as my actual page, obviously. So, here's an envelope. And again, some of these are small. Now, these are fun. When we put this in, I will do it right now. We're only going to make one signature. Okay. So I slit the middle of this. And we will, oh, it's not even going to go in there. You're making me mad. You're making me mad. I can square this off, or I can round this, but I can't have one of each. I mean, we can do whatever we want. I'm just telling you, my brain is not going to go for that. So I'm just going to round it a little bit more like that. Okay. And that way, when we have our page, we now actually have a flap. This can be an automatic pocket. If we want, we could niche this out with a, or we could even cut it down a little bit. Let's do that. Let's start with that. And then I literally just threw my scissors on the floor and almost poked my eye out. You were here for it. Yep. We can clean this up later, but I'm gonna probably could have used smaller scissors. All right. So it now looks like that, and we can get in and out of there. It doesn't have to look like we ripped it apart, I guess. All right. Okay, so now our page automatically is a pocket. Okay, and it's going to go in the journal just like that. Okay, perfect. Oh, I have another bag. Okay. We'll just use the paper. I don't want the whole bag, and this was going to be a cover maybe. All right, so I think that this is going to be it for this journal. It's going to be part one, and I'm going to have to come back in a few days and film part 2. We are leaving tomorrow. We'll be gone for a few days. Wish us luck. It's going to be really, I don't know. Not looking forward to the drive, but we're going to go see the girl. We're going to go see the Mighty Mighty Roo and her team play. And I don't know. It's going to be cold. We're going to Idaho. So there's that. I will say, look at the crinklies. I love it. All right, so this will be a fun one. I'm going to leave it long, so it might have a flip out. So we would have to decide. We can do it a couple different ways, right? You could fold it in half so that each side has a little bit of a flip, right? So each page would look something like that. And then if you opened it, it would have a little bit of a flip, okay? So that's one option. The other option is to fold it unequally. So what am I doing? 4.5, Allison, 4.5. It would fold almost like here, let's say. No, I didn't really measure it. Close enough. So it would fold here, and then this side okay, it would go into the book like this. And so this side would have almost a full flip out, right? And then this would just be a single page. Now, I kind of like, well, I don't know. I like them both. I like a small flip. You could use it as a pocket. If you just have a small flip, you don't have to flip it. You could use it as a tuck. And then both sides would have like a little something to play with. But I also like the idea, you know, of a full flip out page. And we can add flips, obviously. I'm just trying to play with it a little bit. And, you know, it's not a decision we have to make right now. So I'll put it over there. Okay, this is a fun piece I've been saving for a while. I don't know why this one just stuck to me, but I just was like laughing because I'm like, oh my gosh. And you guys, like, listen, it's like good paper. I don't understand. I mean, I'm tempted to go for it. So this is another one where I think I will fold it at 4.5. Okay. And then we have a flip to play with. Yeah. And we're gonna cut some of it off. At least that gives us a little bit more playroom. All right, let's see what Martha, oh, this one we're gonna have fun with. This is fun. I am a little sad that it's, well, that's okay, we'll cut it. It's too big, but we can cut it and reseal it with washi, and then we have a clear pocket to use. So that'll be a fun page. Starbucks bag is a fun page. All right. This is just a piece of cardboard. Super not exciting. I don't even know if I want to use it. It's so non-exciting, and it could be used for so many other things. All right, let's maybe that one. And then Sweet Martha. I don't know. This is fun. Like, it's another flip out thing, right? Not that we can't make a flip out of anything. I don't know. It's not wooing me right now. This page has to be used. I've been saving it. I don't know why. It is going to go in. Yeah, I don't have a lot to cut off. I guess I'll cut off a little bit of each side. Just a tad off this one. I obviously want the color palette. The inside lady, like, she'll get covered, right? So that's fine. I know she's crooked, don't panic. And then this beautiful piece of paper I absolutely love. And I feel like the easiest way to maybe cut this is to lay out a piece. Right? All right. We're going to do that. Again, it's the free Amazon packaging paper, whatever, when you get a thing. But I do like it. It's crispy and thin. And this one's going to have a piece of blue marker on it. Just fine. It'll come off later. This was not the best place to mark this one because it's close to the edge, but that's all right. Okay, So there's that page. Let's see how many pages we have, and then it's time to go because I do see my hours up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I don't know. That one's a mess. We're going to have to mess with it a little bit. 13. I do have these. I'm not too sure if these are extra or what these are. So 13, that's a lot. We actually have 14 if we're going to use that. That's a lot. That's almost our whole pile. And we haven't. Okay, so we're at 14. I do want to choose one of these. Let's see, that's 14. Um, 14. What did I do? I measured 8 this way. All right, and we'll do 9 this way. Let's fold it like this, and I'll cut it here. This I can fold up. So now, actually I'll fold it up this way. So now we have this as our page. That's fun. Look at my little notes from one of the lives. Yeah, that's really fun. All right, is that 15 now? 15? You guys, do you want to see something funny? I don't know if you can see it. This is a white envelope. This is the imprint of a shoe. See the tread mark from a van? Like Van's shoes. I love it. All right, so we're going to call that 15. We do have some things in here that I dyed. Ooh, we're not using that one. That one's a piece of art. I mean, like, that's junk. We could use that one. Holy cow. This just screams Easter to me. So now that's the thing I'm not doing. So I had to make a decision. Well, I didn't have to. I chose to. And I did not use like all my spring papers. Okay. Because I am making a spring journal, but it's for someone else. And so I do feel like we should maybe include, or that I want to include rather, some spring papers in here. I just feel like that. But like even look how cute those are from Happy Meal. Okay, so those will definitely include. I mean, we're going to jazz up the pages and like, look at the gum. That's a fun pocket. We'll use it. The question is, do we want to add spring paper? That's the question. I think I'm going to like let this go again. fun tags, but there's so much trash. There's so much cardboard it's just always accessible. So a lot of this I can let go. These sorts of things I'm totally keeping because that will go in my tag box. Aw, here's a fun envelope. Look at that one. Maybe we'll use that somehow. I'll put that in my other box. Oh, look, another tissue box. I'm telling you guys, it's like one a week. So I'll leave it out with the other ones to see. Maybe it'll be fun to incorporate. So we'll see. I mean, there's just all sorts of packaging. I kept this because it's black, so that's super cool. Black's like a fun color to work with, in my opinion. So I guess that's it for this little box. We will put this away for now. And I feel like that's a good place to kind of stop for today. So, well, we're not going to use this. I'll put it with the other boxes. I don't know when I'm going to be able to make the second half of this. I don't know when we're going to be back. And yeah, good times. I feel like I need some spring paper in here. So we'll put this in here because maybe it's not spring enough now that I dyed it. We'll play around a little bit, okay? I do need a, place for a calendar, all that kind of stuff. So if we were to put this little ditty together right now, it would look pretty trashy. Pretty trashy. Let's see, I guess that doesn't matter. I don't want two plastics together. I mean, I'm not putting them in any sort of order either, so we'll just worry about that later. I do like the clear page, I can tell you that. And let's see, what do I want? Whoa! You guys, seriously, spaz. I'm gonna just do that. Whoops, whoops, whoops. All right. Clear Starbucks. We might have too much food in here. I've been saving them, you guys. There's that. I don't know. This one's fun. We'll definitely use this one. These were our maybes. Oh, this was well, we'll put it in the middle for now. Okay, so this is what we have so far. And I know it causes a headache already for some of you. I know, it's okay. But you can see it's already, I mean, we would have to do some serious cutting already. Ooh, this is a tiny journal. All right, this would be the cover page. This would be 1, 2, 3. I don't know, like this folds out, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Yeah, so we're exactly at 30 with that. Is that right? And then I would need to figure out a calendar. But we have lots of fun, like, I don't know, there's lots of options. We're working with a bag. So we have, I mean, but that's kind of where we're at right now, you guys. And look at it already just do its thing. So we would have to manipulate this a little bit, but this is where we're headed for April. Recycling, reusing, and working with our trash. All right, so Good times, good times. All right. Thanks for hanging out, you guys. This is going to be a little crazy, I know. So we'll keep figuring out if we need another page. Maybe I'll just glue something in the back, but I will bring you back as much as I can to like bind it or whatever. You guys have seen me bind all my journals, every single one I screw up. So have no fear. I'll do it again. If you are, interested in that, I have a playlist below of making a journal. And it is by no means a tutorial. It's just me making my journals. And I'm not joking when I say I think every single time I make a different mistake. So enjoy. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think? It is definitely a junk journal, like trash journal for sure. And that is the intent. So I know it's not everyone's thing. It's okay. But yeah, I also think it can be a lot of fun. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So I will not be filming for the next few days. Please forgive me. I do not have a journal prompt up for this week. I did not get the prompts. Okay. We could just put that on the front and be done. All right. So I will let you know as soon as it comes. I will make a page and we'll be back. So I hope you guys are well. Thank you for hanging out. And please let me know what you're doing for April. Are you making a new journal? How big is it? What's the deal? I am very interested. So keep me posted. All right. Thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you find something today that inspires you. Take care. Bye.